You get 3 questions about your life, but if one of them is stupid, you're going to hell.
Oh, yeah. No, don't do that. Then I'd say, like, I have no questions.
Steve and Jason met while co-hosting one of the first podcasts ever, hundreds of miles away from each other, but bonded through the magic of the internet. Since the end of that podcast in 2023, the geeky guys decided to keep on hanging out and keep podcasting, because still after all these years, Steve and Jason are having a real fun time. Have you ever found yourself where you think you've almost achieved everything you wanted in that moment, only to have it ripped away from you and be so confused that you don't know how it's possible?
I mean, that's a very specific circumstance.
It's a very specific emotional roller coaster.
Yes, and I'm sure it applies exactly to an event you are going to tell me about. So I'm going to say, for the sake of keeping it shorter, no, I can't. Usually when things are, if I have the success in my hands, if it is ripped from me, I fight tooth and nail to get it back. Like I don't let it go, and usually to my own detriment or somebody else's. But
well, this was the kind of success that you can't fight for. Sometimes things just literally fall your way, and that's what this sort of was. It was definitely a situation where if I made a bigger deal out of it, I would be the bad guy. As it was serendipity. One of those just happy things that happen, and you're just like, sweet, my day got better, tenfold. And then yet somehow, almost getting that tenfold, but not getting it tenfold, combined with the confusion, made it a negative experience, which is not what I'm used to having with boobs.
I'm so glad you buried the lead on that one. Thank you. The reveal of with boobs. It's like, well,
It's not burying the lead. It's stretching for engagement.
okay.
I guess I could have just started with, I almost saw a boob, but then I didn't.
I mean, either one would fit our usual storytelling, but yeah, sometimes you want to get to cut to the chase, and sometimes you want to draw it out and tell a story. I appreciate that because
Yeah.
I will try and tell my wife stories or my family, whatever in general, and she'll just cut in because she asks a question or she has no more, and I'm just like, stop! I'm telling a story. Like, I know what I'm doing. I can lay this out over time, so it makes it satisfying when you find out what I'm about to tell you. You just want to cut to the tell me what it is. Tell me now. So yes, I appreciate you laying that out. Now, please go on about whatever the hell this event might be.
Told you what it was. I almost saw a boob. So I have a friend who, very fashionable lady, dresses much better than most people I know, put it that way. And as is the fashion of the time, sometimes that leads to low-cut V-neck sort of situations, okay? So long story short, she was wearing like a summer dress sort of thing. And we were sitting, a whole bunch of us sitting together around a table, having lunch together. And she leaned over in such a way that her dress fell down. And not fell down, but plunged, I believe is the term. Painting a story that Jason is just really enjoying. He's got a very satisfied half smile going.
Yep. My pants are currently on. Hasn't gotten that good yet.
His face isn't the only thing half smiling, if you know what I mean.
Tried to half smile and I full smile. And I'm like, nope, that's not it.
The front of her dress plunged down, and she is not a very well-endowed lady. So everything, normally in this situation, like, oh, we're going to see bra. Definitely wasn't wearing a bra that day. So we're like, oh, here we go. Let me look this way and see what I see in transit. Nothing. It's like a flat-chested Barbie, which then I'm like, I know I'm not a smart man, but that's not usually how this works. Let me transition back the other way. Fortunately, we were sitting across from each other, and people on my left and people on my right were the ones doing the talk, so we were both tennising back and forth, which is perfect for this situation. Yeah. And at some point, I realized, like, I don't know how this is happening. I don't know. Is that a thing? Can you surgically have them removed? Maybe she had breast cancer, and the whole thing were just gone. I don't know. I'm not that close with this person. Maybe I should ask. Maybe I shouldn't ask. That's a weird conversation. Hey, why ain't you got nipples? Meanwhile, the person sitting next to her also noticed. This was a woman, so she felt a little more comfortable just like looking. And she was just flabbergasted. She's like, wait, huh? So I'm going back and forth. And this woman sitting next to her is like going, I don't get it. So I'm 43 years old, still learning every day. Apparently, there are like the classy equivalent of stripper pasties that women can just slap on their chests if they know they're going to be in this sort of situation but don't want to wear a bra for whatever reason. I had no idea that was a thing. Now I know that they exist, and I hate them because they're skin colored. And it's just like, what? This is not how it's supposed to be.
So you wish you could have had like a flag on the play and somebody could have blown the whistle and be like, illegal. No, I should be seeing nipple there. There's no nipple. Ref, look, let's see. They'd look in there and be like, yeah, what I'm seeing, there clearly should be nipple there. What's going on, ma'am?
It's where I wish I had an actual shoulder angel so I could at least just ask questions. Be like, this isn't how this works, right? What do I not understand about this situation? What about my worldview is incomplete that allows this to happen? And then little biblically accurate shoulder angel will tell me, oh yeah, dummy, you can just cover your nipples with other things.
I imagine your shoulder angel would probably have to search it up first.
I'm pretty sure they know a lot.
I mean, they might know a lot, but they may not know that. That may be a newer invention. And also, if the shoulder angel's there answering your questions, is the shoulder devil over here just going, doesn't care, works for me?
Pretty much. He's no use in this situation. He's going to be more pissed off than me.
Uh.
Shoulder angel at least is going to defend her right. It's like, it's her body, it's her choice. I'm like, but it's my eyes. When do I get to make a choice?
Now, there's a shirt we should not have printed up for this podcast. Your body, your choice, but my eyes. So I'm curious, the female friend that also seemed equally baffled, did the two of you like converse? Did you just want to have one of those conversations where you're looking, but you're not actually talking? Or like, how did that play out?
I mean, we shared a glance, but we didn't dare, it's like, I'm not going to go up to another woman and it's like, hey, wait, you're a woman. Do you have nipples? Like, is that normal? Like, can they just go away? I don't know. I mean, she's obviously confused. She doesn't know. She's no help.
Okay. That would be a tough one because if I was to look and think, okay, I should be seeing a nipple there and there's nothing, I would absolutely probably get caught because I would stare so hard just trying to figure it out. And like you said, it was very convenient that you had the tennising option. Tennising, so she could not tell you, or almost penising.
8.5. Not your best work.
Okay.
But I appreciate the
Another
effort.
flag on the play. He's gonna come in.
No, and just like you just don't get the first down.
Okay. That's understandable. I'll like you said, I'll try harder next time. I've never experienced that. I definitely have seen a similar product. I think it was more when my wife was nursing. She would not want to leak on her bra, but also it was tender, so she didn't want to like rub up against the bra. So she would wear covers, and she still does from time to time for I think a similar purpose to what you're describing. I'm gonna wear a dress and don't want to have a bra, so this will nips from showing too bad. But then she has told me like you can spot it on other women, like you can tell when they do, because instead of pointy nip, you have big protuberance. It's like rounder for the ones that like don't wear them properly. It's like you gotta be careful. You can't wear it with every body type, and yeah. I'm reminded of the time shortly after my son was born where my wife was wearing a lot more dresses, I think, again, for probably, the purpose of breastfeeding. It was just simpler to get the ladies out. And so she was wearing things that were much more boobtacular. And I love looking at the pictures back now because my son, bless his heart, he was a hanger-on. So he, in every single picture, my wife is, smiling at the camera, and my son is like trying to fall out of the shot, but he's holding on to her dress for dear life. So he's pulling out, and I'm almost seeing nipple on every picture. I'm just like, man.
And imagine how disappointed you'd be if it got ripped aside and there was just a smooth, vast expanse.
Yeah, because like you said, I don't need to see them all the time. But if I do happen to catch a glance, especially, when I'm not gunning for it, that's a nice surprise. So to take that away, yes, with no nip is confounding. Like you said, if there were a situation where it had to be removed or whatever, some situation that I don't understand, but clearly, again, your choice, my eyes, that would be confusing. I won't say frustrating. I definitely would bring it up with another person. Honestly, probably my wife. I'm not looking. I swear. I wasn't like looking to like, ooh, let me see boob. But like nipple popped out, so I saw it, and there was no nipple. What's going on there? So luckily, I feel.
How is this legal? Last thing we need in this country is nipple gimps.
That'd be nymphs. No, that's too easy. Trying to get back with that first down.
No, that was probably a flag on the play. Unnecessary roughness. We'll cut that one out.
I'd say offsides. That was unnecessary. There's no need to come up with that. So
If nothing else, it was an opportunity to learn about fashion and the world in which women live. It's one of those things that, as a man, I would never think of. Like, I can bend over all the time. Anytime I want, I can bend over and no one's looking. So it doesn't matter what's going on. It's not because my shirts are high. It's not because I bend at the knees like our bodies were intended to. Every woman feels the need to, bend at the front, which is great for us. But, if that's not what they want, they should bend at the knees. Their body, their choice, choose the right bend.
I definitely bend at the knees often, and I to my detriment. Like, I've definitely had other guys say like, what are you doing that for? Like, why don't you just like bend at your like waist that looks so like dainty, and maybe I
What? No.
squatting to
Men
pick some.
bend at the knees.
Well, yeah, but I also like the idea of bending in a way that does put my ass out there, because I like the thought of life is over. Do I get a tally when I get to the pearly gates of, all right, now that we're done, can you tell me how many people looked at my ass?
So I do firmly believe, we don't get into our religious beliefs often, but I do firmly believe we get 3 questions when we get up there. And if you want to blow one of yours on that, go for it.
I mean, you say blow it, but I feel like that's a life well lived.
No, because you're going to find out the answer is 2. And you're like, well, I could have bent at the knees like a normal man. I wasted my life for 2 people. Although as a father of 2, you probably feel like that anyway.
Every day, especially these last 3 snow days. Yes. No, but like, if he said like 2, again, as part of the question, I would have to say, and who was it? And, if it was somebody that I wanted to see my ass, it'd be like, my life was worth it. Like, do you want to know anything else about like, how happy everybody is that you left behind, where they end up, blah, blah, blah. Nope. The ass thing was good. You have 2 other questions. I'm good. I said, let's go.
The local weather girl checked out my butt. I am in heaven.
And also, I'm in heaven. All right. Let's get through those gates. Wait, why is this turning into a slide? Oh no! Did it have to do with the ass thing? Nope, it was just my general life. Okay. Thanks for giving me that one before you sent me down here.
Oh, that would make those 3 questions way more stressful. You get 3 questions about your life. You can understand any mystery of the universe. But if one of them is stupid, you're going to hell. Like,
oh, yeah, no, don't do that. Then I'd say like, I have no questions. Please let me in. Like, nope. I have asked way too many stupid questions and done too many stupid things. I would like my pass and to go in, please. I will worry about these life's wonders for the rest of my life in heaven. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Steve and Jason Are Having a Real Fun Time. We hope you had a real fun time too. Please like us on whatever platform you found us on, and, well, just like us in general.